Welcome back to First Listens, that series where we listen to an album that neither of us have heard for the first time.
Today we're going to be listening to Two Door Cinema Club's Tourist History. This is their debut album released back in 2010, and I have never heard this album before.
I, however, have heard this. I think this is one of the best indie albums of all time, so I'm really excited to listen to it for the first time with Tim, and you get to enjoy the journey with us. So let's kick things off with the first track, Cigarettes in the Theatre.
Is that a guitar? Oh. Oh.
Picks up real quick.
Yeah. I really like that syncopation going on. There's a lot of beats countering each other. And that bass is clean.
Opens up nicely.
Already got them good vibes going.
It starts in the theater, a night of encounters. If I hadn't been there, if not for a cigarette, then you could see it change.
That higher pitched guitar riff in the background, just carrying it through.
Oh!
Difference in opinion was never an issue.
Like how it just drops out to simplistic bass and guitar again.
Liked all your questions, 'cause this time we've all night. And you could see it change.
Quite like in the quieter section, that drum changed to a different sound altogether, but stayed. And then in this section, it's the proper snare.
It's all over the place, that, isn't it?
Flying about. Can imagine for that, if you've seen these at the start of the career, that little break there when it kicked in, the whole indie crowd just going mad. Is that horns or strings?
Horns.
Oh.
It almost feels math rock influence, that to come out the gate and to release a song as, you know, it's in the genre of indie, but it's so complex and there's so much going on. I didn't know what to expect, but I did not expect that.
So fast paced, that track, and obviously listening to it in this setting, like you say, I'm going to pick up on other things. And I noticed how much the percussion changed throughout it, and then especially in that end section, whilst paired with the horns, the drums were all over the shop. But it's a crazy way to introduce yourself on a debut album. That
was something I was going to mention, was the mastering on the drums doesn't sound like, I don't know, there's some weird stuff going on with it, like you were saying about the snare, and then when the snare changed up, it sounded like they were using different drums or using some kind of effects on it or something. Don't know what it was, but I absolutely loved it. And we also had that kind of fast bass going on the whole time. And all I could think is every band member here is probably really focused on getting their part right. Playing that live must be a nightmare.
I was going to say, imagine though, with that amount of energy, playing that live to kick off a tour or something. I've seen Two Door a few times and it's always just such good vibes. That's a track that puts everyone in a good mood instantly.
They are just a pinnacle of indie music, aren't they? But let's move on next to Come Back Home.
I think you're going to be really surprised in this album with kind of the variation in sounds and testing. To me, this is the start of that it came out in 2010, but that 2010s indie run. This was the forefather, if that makes sense.
It's kind of got those like electronic elements involved as well, and it's kind of giving me the vibes of like, you know, like MGMT, that realm of music, which I feel like they fall into anyway. Ooh. I like them slides on the guitar. Ooh it, ooh it.
Another Saturday, another careless move. Tells the world that you're thinking of what to do.
A lot of focus on the bass again. Tasty.
Such a nice sound to it too. You can hear the strings ringing.
I know this isn't it.
Them space lasers as well. Where are they? There.
So now you're on your own. Won't you come back home to see you're not that kind? And find the strength to find another way. To find another way. To find
It's got a right groove to it, that.
to find another way. So tell me what you need and I'll accommodate. But if too long goes by, you just might be too late. You hear the day beckoning.
Those oohs are so catchy.
So now you're on your own. Won't you come back?
The drums changing up in the chorus again. It kind of goes to like an acoustic kit rather than having the effects applied to it.
And find the strength to find another way.
And then the chorus, this bit where it just lets the music play, is so funky.
Back with them slider guitars again.
Ooh, I did a bit of extra in there though.
So now you're on your own. Won't you come back home to see you're not that?
Got that arpeggiated synth going on as well.
Find the strength to find the strength. So now you're on your own.
Oh, like a reprise of everything in the final chorus.
To see you're not that kind. Find the strength to find another way.
Proper funky number that. It just had me moving the entire track. And the way that the guitar evolved throughout, at first I said, oh, I can really hear the bass here. And then those guitar notes just getting better and better. I love it. It just brings a smile to my face.
It just kept developing, didn't it? It kept adding things on top of other things, and then they added a new idea in. They mixed in a different idea with the guitar over the top, and then they swapped that up. You had the counter melodies going on. So much stuff going on there. We had the space lasers as well, and they were used throughout either
The
as
space
accents.
lasers.
They were used as accents throughout, or at one point they were used as part of the beat when we just had the instrumental going on. I don't know what's going on so far. Neither of these songs are what I would have expected from this because, like I say, I've heard a couple of the tracks, but just the big ones. So they're the ones that I feel like have become mainstream and have become that indie sound to a lot of people. But I've never listened to this kind of stuff before.
Well, if you are a fan of indie music, before we go on to track number 3, please do remember to hit like and subscribe. We've listened to Hypersonic Missiles, we've listened to Being Funny in a Foreign Language, and there's plenty more first listens for classic indie rock albums coming up. So hit the buttons. But up next is Do You Want It All? Kind of has that like outdoors feel. It's like I could hear the wind slightly in the back of the instrumental there in the introduction.
Yeah. This has got a completely different vibe to it already.
Low in our hearts, we're low in our heads, all in good time.
He's got a very nice voice, hasn't he?
Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it all? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it all? Do you want it? Do you
That's two different people singing, right?
Either that or super harmonized, I'm not sure. Maybe someone can let us know if that is two different singers or just different
Different
actual
vocal
vocals.
effects, yeah.
Space lasers are back.
And that tasty bass tone too. They're extended lasers now. I like the use of the acoustic here. Barely in there, but it's just adding this nice feel.
It's almost like the vocals here are more part of the instrumental as opposed to actual vocals.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you want to be all, 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 because you want to be
Yes, now. Some crazy sounds going on there. There's like a weird.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
No.
All 3 tracks so far, there's been the last minute where it's just proper amped up the energy for a bit of it.
I think those last lyrics there kind of confirmed I think there is 2 voices going on, but like you said, if somebody can let us know if that is actually 2 separate vocalists or if the same guy is just very talented in making his voice sound different, because I'm very intrigued by that. That track felt like what I would expect from a Two Door Cinema Club. So I thought that would be the kind of track that I'd have all the way through this album. That felt very much in their realm of what I perceive them to be.
In the hardcore indie realm.
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
more repetitive, a little bit more safe, if you will, and calm compared to the other ones. Other than that, I think that minute where it just goes mad for a second, and then I think that's what sets that song apart. It's probably one of my least favourites on the album, just because the lyrics are so repetitive.
That's the only downside to it, but like you alluded to, the lyrics kind of worked as part of the instrumental. So it was almost like what would have been good is if it had a vocal melody over those backing vocals that was actually singing something that was changing every time. But I'm not mad at it though, because again, this is 2010, so they are pioneering this new sound and they're trying different things. And I thought that worked very nicely.
Well, let's go on to This Is the Life.
Oh, bit of backmask guitar. That's how you get that. Whoop. That little ting, ding, ding. Oh, oh.
I enjoyed that then. Ooh. That acoustic sounds warm. It's deep.
I mean, I'm a bassist, so I'm sucker for bass tones, and this album has a particularly fucking amazing bass tone to it. Sounds so good.
The pairing of that bass and the guitar riff there is insane. It's like they're married.
Yeah. It's like they're married. I just hope they don't get a divorce. That's all I'm saying. Oh. Is this quite a big track?
I think it's one of the bigger ones off this album.
I feel like I recognise that This Is the Life part.
Just because it's so catchy, mate.
Probably. Nice little bit of hi-hat work.
I know what you mean about it being a little bit math rocky in moments. The amount of times it changes tempo and the different instruments and stuff's coming in and out.
There's a lot of counter rhythms going on as well. Funky little instrumental to see us out. Get that shaker in, lad. Come on. There was a lot of display of instrumentality there. Is that the word?
There was a large display of instrumentality.
I'm very impressed by how good each member is at their respective instrument, because like you were saying there, there's a lot of counter rhythms going on. There's a lot of non-standard stuff happening in a way that is very palatable, and I think they've done a very good job of doing that. The only downside to that song, again, is the repetition of the lyrics, but once again, I think it's the instruments that are carrying these tracks more than the vocals half the time. I feel like the vocals are there, but again, like you said, it feels like that's more of the track rather than it being focus on the vocals, focus on what he's talking about. That just kind of becomes another element of the song.
I think another important thing, Do You Want It All is a bit too repetitive for me. That one, I think, is just a good sing-along track. You got to remember, we can dive into it and look at all the instrumentality and stuff, but really, you want that chorus to be remembered and sung back to you. And even you, who's never listened to this, went, I recognise this for some reason. And it's because you'll have probably walked past at a festival or something when they're playing and heard everyone screaming that song. Mm-hmm. And I think they're really good at just creating a little catchy hook in pretty much every song. Sometimes it's even the guitar riffs where I'm like, oh, that's stuck in my head straight away.
I mean, they just prove that something good can work, which is up next. Is that like a mandolin? Got that little clap snare coming in. I feel like it's going to go.
You're waiting for that, aren't you?
Is that this track?
No, but it is on this album.
Is it on here? Okay, yeah. Oh, I think I know this one. I think it's a crime for you to not know it if you're British. I think you have to know this track. This is like summertime vibes. This.
Yeah. I mean, this whole album is really.
Yeah. It's on FIFA.
Could be. Any indie song from this era could be.
Yeah.
I love the vocal delivery, almost spoken word, but really rigid.
Choppy.
And that middle bit's almost gibberish. Yeah. We're going to show them whether something can work and it can work.
That was good.
Call me Eminem.
Love a bit of a crowd noise segment. It's people having a good time. Playing on the bottles on a wall. I can't hear you doing that now.
You need to give it a go.
I don't even think I can.
I like how you just went, can I?
Oh, beautiful ending.
It's just a feel-good summer bop, that, isn't it? You can dance along to it. There's still a lot of instrumentality, but it feels like one where they've gone, yeah, we've got a good little melody here. We've got a fantastic chorus. However, I will say, I think that that's one of the first tracks where the vocals really want you to concentrate on them. The other tracks, there's so much going on that you kind of forget about the vocals, but with that one, it's like that's the main focal point.
Yeah, so it goes from being an instrument in the band to, I think they've all had chances to shine, and on this track, the vocals become the lead rhythm. So, like, what a guitar would be for a guitar solo. It was like, focus on the vocals and focus on the delivery of them, because again, how fast they are, if we weren't reading the lyrics, I don't think I'd know what he was saying, but I know that it sounds good and I know that I like it. And I think that is kind of what they're focusing on, is making the vocals part of the band instead of being this standout thing. It's part of the instrument lineup. And I really like that. And I forgot how good that song was. It was that intro bit where I was like, hang on, this is like unlocking some core memories here. And as soon as it kicked in, I was like, of course I know this track.
Well, let's go on to I Can Talk.
Oh.
No, this one as well.
No.
Oh, I thought you would.
It's a funky intro, that, though. Oh, that's way heavier and way more energy. It's a bit dingier as well.
You won't believe what I tell you.
This section always reminded me of Muse.
I was going to say it reminds me of like Knight Rider and like Tron, that style of thing. So yeah, that checks.
Just that bit where it cuts out to just the vocals and the darker feel.
Ooh.
A little spooky guitar coming in.
Offbeat guitars as well. There's a lower vocal on the I Know How You Like To. Oh, it's not there. Just here. I know how you like to. Fantastic bassist. Like parts like this are so math rock.
You know what I'm saying when I say that bassist and guitarist are married though?
Yeah.
They're holding hands while writing these tracks.
Makes
And
it
I'm happy
difficult to
about
play, but I think that might have been one of my favourites so far. There's something about that was really, really contagious. And also, I think it was the extra elements of sampling the vocals and creating the bit and all those different elements that they were throwing in. There was a lot more electronic influence in that one. And if the rest of the album feels like a nice summer's day, that felt like going for a drive on a summer's evening and you're off to maybe like, I don't know, you have to go have a drink somewhere or something.
A little family barbecue.
No, that's not a family barbecue.
Driving to the family barbecue after being out all day.
No, it's like being at a family barbecue all day, and in an evening you go into your mate's house to hang out in the garden. You know, you're gonna get some bevies out.
And that's the soundtrack to the boys getting.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I really like that song as well. I think it has a bit of a different undertone compared to all the other songs. All the rest feel a little bit more happy-go-lucky, whereas that I don't know, it just pulls you back to reality a little bit. And like you mentioned, the bass work throughout that song is absolutely fantastic. And I think that's probably the standout track on the entire album for me in terms of bass.
And up next, we've got Undercover Martyn. I thought it was Martyr, but it's Martyn. So we'll see what this is about. Is that this song? No. I missed it. Oh, fuck. The whole album, I was waiting for that. And yes, of course I know this track.
And she spoke words that would melt in your hands. And she spoke words of wisdom to the basement people, to the basement. Many surprises away.
Oh, like a high-pass filter on that clicky noise. Subtle, but it's there.
You heard that last time, you know we're gonna find you. Sick in the car, sick 'cause you're not up to going out on the main streets, completing your mission.
That guitar riff in the background is so catchy.
Yeah.
Sick in the car, sick 'cause you're not up to going out on the main streets, completing your mission.
You know for a fact he was just messing around in the studio making that, and then somebody else in the band went, "What? Do that again. Do that again."
She spoke words of wisdom to the basement people.
Percussion's really unique again. Like the drumming is standard, but then there's these weird like clacker things going on.
You heard that last time, you know we're
I've never picked up on all the electronic influences in it again.
not up to going out on the main streets, completing your mission. You hear that last time, you know we're gonna find you. Sick in the car, sick 'cause you're not up to going out on the main streets, completing your mission.
Oh. Space Laser's back.
Double shots this time.
Oh, I've never noticed that, like, keys in the background.
I think that's my favourite track on this album. It is just so melodic. It's just fun. I don't even need to dive into everything. It's just so fun to listen to. I love it.
I didn't even know that was that track, because also that track title for a track that good is I don't know that as that song. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you played me that song, I would go, of course I know this. I could sing you the melody. I could do the entire thing. You ask me what it's called, I'd be like, oh, I think it's one of those ones by Two Door Cinema Club, maybe, or I might even say Bombay Bicycle Club, because there's these clubs that are in that genre. What a fantastic track that is. There's a lot of very good vibes in that, and also I think everybody has very good memories associated with that track, just because you would have heard it when life was nice and you weren't quite in the point where you were aware of troubles in the world and things going on and problems. So you were it was blissful. That's what that is.
My next talking point was going to be to give the people a word of advice, and that is, it's the 15th anniversary of this album this year, and they're playing at loads of festivals like Kendall, Truck. They're doing, I think, one or two of their own shows around. Go see this album in full if you can. And by the time this track's coming on, have had a few too many beers already at that point, and just jump around with your mates and have fun. I've got some of my favourite memories listening to that track live, and you can just have a ball of a time. And yeah, it should, when those claps come in, just go mental. Just start jumping about and it'll be fun for everyone.
So if you usually have 3 pints, have 4. That's
Have
what we're saying
5.
here. Have 5.
Maybe
have
6.
10. Fuck it. Why not get absolutely twisted and forget the whole thing?
But before you do that, please do remember to hit subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us what your favourite track off Tourist History is.
And also, maybe let us know if there's any other Two Door Cinema Club albums that we should listen to.
or any other indie albums in general. But up next is the big hitter of the album, and that is What You Know.
That wasn't the big hitter.
No. It's one of the big hitters.
I mean, what do I know?
yeah.
Apparently.
If you don't know this, I'd be surprised.
Oh.
It took half a second.
This and the last track merge into one for me. Is there no claps in this one?
No? Great riff, though.
No? Oh. I look a fool now.
It just loves clapping.
Can't stop me.
In a few weeks, I will get time to realize it's right before my eyes, and I can take it if it's what I want to.
And just imagine, you've had 6 beers, you're on a field, it goes from Undercover Martyn to this. Everyone's just losing it.
Yeah. You won't have calmed down from the end of the last track. Again, just so simple but so effective with the guitar riff. So good.
I would argue this is the most iconic guitar riff from any British indie band since 2010. I don't think I can think of another riff that is this well known.
Yeah.
Since 2010.
I've listened to this bass now, though. I've never noticed that before.
But this is one of those songs when you see it live, people are singing along to the riff in the chorus.
That's how you know that you've got a good line.
Tell me, if you think there's a guitar riff that is more well-known and even better than that since 2010. I mean, there will be ones that are better, technically, but in this style of song.
Catchier.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot about this section. It's like they've got their own style of a breakdown almost. A lot of tracks have had this so far, just an area for the instruments to breathe. And then back again to the good vibes. So, I'm now going to say it, that I think Two Door Cinema Club could potentially be one of the most technically apt, musically indie bands of this era. I mean, MGMT are up there as well because they've got a lot of crazy shit going on. But when I'm listening to every single element that's going on, again, with the electronic elements, with the guitar, with the bass, with the vocals, the way that the lyrics are delivered, everything, it all seems so purposeful and well-crafted. And again, debut album, the first time they put out a studio album, and it's full of all these bangers. That's impressive.
It is. And actually, that level of musical talent may have come to hurt them in later years because some of the more recent albums haven't been taken as well because they're not really as indie anymore. Like this, you can see all the startings of this electronic influence and some, different influences there. Whereas I think for a couple of years after this, they still had a few big indie bangers, but then they started to move more towards their own style of music. And there's still some big tracks on those albums, and I quite like a few of them, but the fan base that they built here is still very much in this era and the kind of couple of albums and EPs around it. And they found it quite hard to move away from that, which I kind of feel sorry for them a little bit for sometimes. Yeah,
they've kind of backed themselves into a corner almost. But also, if they, as a band, they're enjoying the music that they're making.
And they're still the headlining festivals, they're doing big shows, and they can go and just do the big bangers from these albums still. I think that's really hard when you're a band where your first album has like a song with like 1 billion streams. It's one of the indie anthems of the UK. Kind of get typecast a little bit as just an indie band. but they've done a lot more than that in their career. However, on What You Know, it is a massive indie banger, and it's just so feel good. That guitar riff, absolutely insane. And even the vocals throughout that song are really nice. It just feels like it flows perfectly.
I think it's difficult for them to also kind of try and recapture that spark. So it's good if what you're saying is that they haven't and they've moved away from that, rather than going, we're going to try and recreate fucking Tourist history 18 times. Oh, we can't manage it. And now we just sound like a cheap copy of ourselves. So I'm glad that they've kept their identity and moved away. But up next, we've got the second to last track already. Feels like we only just started it. Eat that up. It's good for you. And you should subscribe because it's good for you. And it's good for us. It's good for everyone.
My mum, when she makes a stew.
What tells you to subscribe?
Eat that up.
Subscribe, Joe, or you won't get no stew. And neither will you.
I'm not going to get fed.
A lot more somber feel already. Oh, no. Never mind. Never fucking mind. The bass is almost, I want to say, springy.
Fighting off the spaceships. That's where all the lasers have been coming from.
Oh my god. Yeah. Them clean ad-libs.
Bit more focus on the vocals again in this track, and I think they're really nice. They're so relaxed. It's like he's just having a chat with me.
Yeah.
Beautiful harmonies as well.
Again with those counter rhythms all over the shop. Ooh. Dirty synth. Interloping the lasers again.
Oh. Just again, like earlier in the album, just opens up. It's like you've gone to a different world compared to the start of the song.
Yeah. Big sound this.
It's not the same. You're gonna tell me that I'm right. You know you're gonna come back down. Find yourself where you are again.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
Such a all over the place track that I think that might be the most underappreciated song on the album. Although I'm sure every Two Door fan, if you've got to this point in the video especially, you're probably gonna already know and like that song. But I don't hear it spoke about as much, and the way that it all just opens up is magical. I love it.
That, to me, feels the most, out of obviously the big ones like Undercover Martyn and What You Know, that feels the most like the sound that I would associate with Two Door Cinema Club. Out of all the other tracks, this one feels like they've really nailed what makes them who they are. Do you know what I mean?
Do you mean based on this album?
Yes.
Or like
yes.
not
No,
your preconceptions?
I mean, I don't have my preconceptions are limited because I've only heard a couple of tracks.
No, but I feel like you've said a few times now, or what I expected, whereas now I think you have different expectations based on the first songs.
That's it. Yeah. So based on the first songs, this isn't what I would expect coming into it, but also this isn't what I would have expected listening to the first half of the album either. Yeah. But then hearing the two big bangers, this makes sense. Mixing the bangers with the first half of the album, this is like the birth child of that, and it's great.
No, fantastic song. But we're on to the last song of the album, Tim, in You Are Not Stubborn. Tell you who is stubborn. Anyone who hasn't hit subscribe yet. Hit it.
It always feels like it's going to be doom and gloom, and then happy. Yay! That kick drum is really soft but precise. Hey.
Feels like every track we've got closer to the end of the album, the vocals have become more and more important to the track.
Yes, completely agree. Yeah.
Like I can understand every word he's saying now.
And less repetition. I love this part. This does just feel like summer's in the early 2010s.
It is sunny outside for the first time in ages.
I know. I think that's why I'm in such a good mood. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some crabs in the background, clacking away. I think I could probably listen to this album 15 times and not let it get old, to be honest with you. That is fantastic. What you're saying there with the tracks towards the end feeling like the vocals are more important, I completely agree, because there was less repetition there, and it kind of ties into what I was saying where we had Undercover Martyn and What You Know, and then the Eat That Up, It's Good For You, which again, the vocals were very prominent and there was a lot more being said and you could hear what was being said, less repetition. And on that last one, it felt like the culmination of it all. It felt like we've gone on a full journey throughout the album. The first half is kind of like, here's who we are. We're going to make a name for ourselves. And when people listen to this album, we're going to slap you in the face with a style you've not heard yet. Again, 2010, so it's important to remember that. Nobody was really doing this kind of stuff. And then as we get later on, you get into the bangers that are like, okay, here are our actual songs that we're going to make into singles and what we're going to get out there. And by the end of the album, you've got a culmination of the first half and then the bangers. And wow, great stuff.
It really did feel like in that last song, you kind of just progressed to the point of getting to hear what everyone can do on every instrument all at once. It was like, all right, yeah, this is it now. And I just think going through the album as a whole, There wasn't a moment I was bored. Even in one or two of the tracks are a little repetitive. That's my only gripe with it. Even in those, I had fun though, and I was dancing and I was moving. If I put this on the first time listening to this band back in 2010, I'd have been like, oh, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've been listening to it since like 2012 or whenever. My friend gave me this on CD, and it's when I only listened to like grime pretty much, you know, when you're like 12, 13 and you're like, yeah. He gave me this. And
what?
Yeah. He gave me this and it got me back into rock music or like indie rock. It was this exact album where I was like, whoa, I've never heard some of these sounds before. This is insane.
Do you think the electronically influenced areas of the album helped you to kind of migrate into it?
I think it just didn't sound like boring dad rock. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd grown up listening to, and I still listen to at that point to be fair, but I grew up listening to Linkin Park and Arctic Monkeys and kind of that era of music. But then I fell out of whatever was being released. You know, I wasn't listening to Humbug, AM a little bit, but this kind of brought me into a like, oh, I've not kind of heard this sound before, and it felt happy. It felt like summer. There was so many melodies and guitar riffs and notes to sing along to where I was like, oh.
Kind of like an entry into realising that there's other facets of indie and that indie is quite a spanning genre. Because like you're saying, I think a lot of people think of indie and they just go straight to, let's say, Arctic Monkeys and nowadays like Sam Fender, which, again, both fantastic bands, both fantastic artists, not shading them, but they do have a specific style. And I would say that Sam Fender is a lot more like Arctic Monkeys than he is Two Door Cinema Club.
Yeah.
Whereas Two Door Cinema Club, you got that style. MGMT, they fall into that realm as well. There's other bands that kind of, there's these two avenues that you can go down. And I think there would be fans of Two Door Cinema Club and that style of indie that maybe don't even like the other style of indie that much, which is completely fine. Because again, on the other side, you've got like Jake Bugg and this kind of stuff where it's guitars and it's drums and it's a band. Then you've got the side where they're like, you know what? We've got a studio full of synths and we're gonna fucking use them.
Do you know what it is? I like both styles of indie. I think that there's one style that's more like, you know, like the lemon emoji, where it's like Arctic Monkeys, Stone Roses, Oasis, all the like classic British bands that
I can't believe I didn't reference Stone Roses or Oasis.
That have got that really British sound. These don't have that. I don't know if they are British. I think they might be Irish. Anyway, they've kind of just got something that's a little bit different. And I think this album, for me, is one of the best indie albums of all time. And I think you can go I've re-listened to this a million times, and I hope you enjoyed the first listen. I enjoyed that. We've done a few of these where I've heard it and you haven't. And I enjoyed that because there was so many times you looked shocked where you were like, whoa, what just happened? Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
You were like waiting for it to come up. You're like, I know what's coming here. I know what's coming. Yeah, there was a lot in that really subverted my expectations. And I love to say that phrase because I'm always happy that things subvert my expectations. Because sometimes I go into a project, I mean, especially with this one, I thought, you know what, we're doing that one today. That's fine. Don't really know that much Two Door Cinema Club. I've got a lot of friends that are very big fans of Two Door Cinema Club, yourself included. So I was like, so they're clearly decent, but will it be my cup of tea? Will it be something that I like? Because admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of indie music. I do like a lot of it, like Arctic Monkeys and Stone Roses, but I feel like I'm very entry-level indie, and I've not really dived into this side. I mean, MGMT, all the big songs, but that is just British culture. And like you were saying, You've got the British indie, but then you've got this style of indie, and I think I might like this style of indie more. Other than Stone Roses, I'm never going to besmirch Stone Roses. They are the best indie band of all time, but this is good.
Well, let us know in the comments which indie album we should do next. I know that Tim has never heard a full Killers or full Kings of Leon album before.
Yeah.
So maybe the next style could be more American indie and see what that's like. We're going all over the shop, but let us know in the comments an album that we should listen to next, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you very much for watching.